What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z, as always, coming to you from the basement. What we got right now? We got today we got. I just messed that all up. I gotta work on these intros. Anyway, we got this November 17th NBA recap. This is the second day of us doing these recaps. We only got 3 games tonight, so we ain't gonna be here that long. Although it was 3 games, it was pretty. It was that 2 of the games. This is how I can put it: Nets versus Trailblazers, the game of the night, best game. Came down to the wire. Kings and Spurs. The game was kind of exciting. Kings pulled away at the end. Then the Pistons and Clippers. For today's NBA, very low scoring, very hard fought, a defensive game, and what the world? I'm tripping, y'all. My bad. Defensive game. Just it if there was a football game, it would have been a slugfest. We're gonna pop it off with the Pistons at Clippers. All 3 of these games was late. All 3 of these games started after 10 o'clock Eastern time, so yeah. Clippers Pistons, nothing really, great about this game. Clippers came out on top. Kawhi Leonard did play tonight. He did start. Played 25 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Had a couple of late buckets. Paul George is still leading that team as of right now. But once Kawhi is able to get back into the regular rotation from a not being on a minutes restriction, no, load management, no. Once the only thing, in my opinion, that you got to worry about Kawhi with is like back-to-backs, they'll be fine. Get John Wall back in your lineup on a daily basis, they'll be fine. Because this team is still one of the deepest in the league. This team is deep. Shout out to Zubac. Zubac played 40 minutes tonight. No overtime. He played 40 minutes. Had 9 points, grabbed 18 boards. He held the paint down in a major way tonight. Shout out to Zubac. He played a hell of a game. He would probably be my player of the game for this game, if I'm being honest with you. Like I said, nothing really great about this game. Nothing really great. No Luke Kennard, no John Wall for the Clippers. No Isaiah Stewart, no Cade Cunningham. I mean, both teams was missing key players. They just had to get through this game. I'm liking what Bogdanovich is doing for the Pistons. Didn't really know how to move with, work or fit, but he's coming in straight. Not coming in because he starts, but he's stretching the floor. He's doing all kind of stuff for this team, and he's able to. I think he's finally able to play like his brand of basketball. I don't really think he's been able to show everything he's capable of showing. But now in Detroit, a lot of young players, he's kind of having to play that, veteran role. But he's doing it and being productive. So, although Detroit is 3-13, we know what Detroit's doing. We know where Detroit's going. We know what they're trying to do. So they kind of just got to get through the season. Glad to see Marvin Bagley back. So glad to see Marvin Bagley back. I truly thought that his injury was going to be somewhat like of a season-ending injury. I'm just glad that's not the case. We're going to move on to the Spurs and the Kings. Spurs are somewhat one of the more surprising teams in the league. Going up against the Kings, again, also another surprising team in the league. Kings pulled this one out 130-112. This is the Kings' 5th straight win, so shout out Sack. De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis are playing great basketball. That that trade is starting to look like it paid off for both teams. With Halliburton going to Indiana being amazing, and them getting Sabonis in return. Um, the Kings look good. They look like they got something steady. They excuse me. They seem to have a solid starting five. Fox, Herter, Barnes. I'm forgetting somebody. Fox, Herter, Barnes, Sabonis. They can put Davis in there. Keegan Murray can be in there. And then coming off the bench, you got Trey Lyles, Metu, Malik Monk, who had 26 points tonight. Davian Mitchell. So they got pieces. They got pieces, and they think they might have found a coach in Mike Brown. You rally the troops, and you might be able to finally get something good out of this Sacramento team. I think this team could definitely compete for a play-in. But and also with the way the West is shaping up, with the Lakers not being as good, some other teams struggling early, they could make a push. They could make a serious push. Shout out Sacramento, man. Seriously, shout out Sacramento. For the Spurs, they fall to 6-10. But again, kind of like the Pistons, we know what the Spurs are doing. They accumulated their draft picks. They traded their best players. So again, the Spurs are just, in my opinion, again just trying to get through the season. Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson are looking like great bright spots. Devin Vassell is someone I've bet on Prize Picks multiple times. He's won me a good amount of cash. Keldon Johnson didn't play tonight, but Keldon Johnson is looking like, I get it. They're not really they're not that great of a team. They still have the system. They still have the culture. And to be honest with you, they're going to win the majority of their games off execution, out playing, out hustling, out working the other team. Jeremy Sochan, their lottery pick this year, had a dunk that was he had a poster. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It might be playing up top, so whatever. That's all I really got for this. Sacramento, just keep it up. Sacramento, y'all made the trades. Y'all got the players. You got rid of the players. I mean, just keep it up. Keep it up, and hopefully something good can happen during this season, man. Like, seriously. Last game of the night, the Brooklyn Nets traveled to Portland to play the Trailblazers. KD versus Dame. No Kyrie still. Kyrie will return Sunday against the Grizzlies. Kevin Durant, man. Kevin Durant continues to put this team on his back, and they've been able to win some games. With this, they move up to 7-9. I know they don't sound great, but considering where they were, hell of a game. Kevin Durant, I mean, just doing what Kevin Durant does. 35 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, being versatile, 13 for 22, being efficient, being effective. I mean, you had an unlikely hero in I can't pronounce his name. The dude Anthony Edwards dunked on a couple years ago. He had a 20-piece, 7 rebounds in 29 minutes. Ben Simmons had his best game as a Brooklyn Net. 15 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, but he was 6 for 6 from the field. I can't take away from that. He was 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Had a block. Plus minus was plus 13. He had the highest plus minus on the team, other than Kevin Durant. That was a hell of a game. That was probably one of the most complete and well-rounded games that Brooklyn has played. I would like to see Ben Simmons back in the starting lineup. I do. With Seth Curry coming back, and you about to get you about to get Kyrie Irving back. You need to have all 3 of those guys in the starting lineup. Royce O'Neal had a role players triple double. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, right place, right time, hustle. And Brooklyn seems to always have a guy like this. Last year, I feel like the person that played that role was Bruce Brown. You plug in Royce O'Neal, someone who can only do it better. Good job. Moved down to Portland. I mean, they had their chances late in that game. They had their chances late in that game. Kevin Durant missed a late free throw to keep them in it. Um, just wasn't able to get a good enough look. Wasn't able to get a good enough shot. But I mean, Dame 25 and 11, Simons 24, Nurkic gives you another 17. Shaden Sharp 20 points in only 21 minutes. This kid is turning out to be a bucket. This kid is turning out to be a certified bucket. Someone who can hit the three, someone who can play defense. He can jump through the roof of any arena. Shaden Sharp is turning out to be a hell of a player. I mean, Portland, they fall to 10-5. They started out hot, so they're starting to cool off a little bit. My thing with Portland is it looks like you got the team that you're gonna rock with this season, and it don't look that bad. Jameis Winston. Lord have mercy, wrong sport. Justice Winslow is looking like he's gonna be okay. He's looking like he's back in the NBA, although he never left. But you guys know what I mean. I like this Portland team. I don't love it, but I like it. Kind of how I feel about the Kings. They could compete for a play-in spot, but I think they might be a little better than that. I think I could see them somewhere maybe 5, 6, but I don't really see them no higher than 5. I don't. I truly believe 4 seed for this Portland team is a stretch. Um, Performer of the night, because that's all I got. We had 3 games. Performer of the night, in my opinion, performer of the night goes to Royce O'Neal. Like I said, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Hit the game-winning tip-in for Brooklyn. Right place, right time. Royce O'Neal, congratulations. Shout out to you, man. You had a hell of a game. That's all we got tonight, guys. Tomorrow, Friday, we got a lot of them. I think we might have 10. We got 10 or 11 games tomorrow. 10 or 11 games tomorrow. So, video's going to be a little longer. We're going to have a lot more to talk about. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. Again, Royce O'Neal, shout out. Performer of the night. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, share. We're here every day. We're going to be here. We ain't going nowhere. I love you guys. I appreciate you for watching. Z out.